Ask you, tough one to swallow, or these things happen along the way?
No, always tough to swallow. We don't like losing. And we are bad losers, and we want to be bad losers so that we don't get used to this feeling. It's not a good feeling. So yeah, but one of those that happen in football. So congratulations to Stevie Barker. if it has to happen, then I would rather it happens to Stevie Barker, because an incredible gentleman and an incredible servant. And what a story, because a lot of the history that he's made has been on this pitch. So some of the things, when they are written in the stars, you've just got to accept.
What's the pitch problem, particularly the length of it as opposed to the width? You seem to play the balls a bit long. It is a smaller...
Yeah, it is quite a smaller pitch. I think it goes 112 by 98. Very difficult to be able to break down reinforced defensive blocks, but it's going to sound like excuses, because we've played here before. We won against Sekhukhune, so it is what it is. We take the defeat on the chin and we move on.
Last game against Royal AM, obviously you want the boys to go from this as quickly as possible. Yes, you are defending champions, but you want them to finish on that beautiful note.
Yeah, very important that we go to the next matches and we try our level best to win so that we end the season on a very good note, to win so that we can prepare ourselves for a very, very difficult match that's coming ahead. We said when we won the league, and we said that the last 3-4 games are going to be very difficult, because football without emotions is not football. You know, once you've won the league, and then there's no intrinsic motivation to do more, to run more, to try more. But I think the players, even with the temptation of giving up towards the end of the second half, really tried. We lost the game because we made a lot of mistakes, and the score is not a true reflection of the performance, because we dominated, we created enough chances, 19 shots, they had 3 shots on target, became goals. We had 24 box entries. We haven't had that the entire season. And that was because we conceded a very soft goal at the beginning, where we could defend better, and then we got the second against us, because we had to push the game, try to influence the intensity by pushing the defensive line. But yeah, it is what it is. Everything else that comes out of my mouth is going to sound like excuses, so it's better to just say congratulations to Stellies and congratulations to Stevie Barker.
How tough was it to watch Wydad playing last night?
Oh, very difficult, but important that we watch that, and important that we take the lessons and we try to improve. In fact, I thought Pedro played very, very well yesterday. But yeah.
Last time Sundowns lost 3-0. They won the Champions League a few weeks later.
Oh yeah. Maybe a good omen for us going into next season.
Going into the final, coach, has the final starting lineup headache started since players like Aubrey have stringed a few good performances? Pelele today was good against Chiefs, was good against Sekhukhune as well. Has the final starting lineup headache started already?
No, not after a headache of losing so heavily. That has to simmer down a little bit, and then I think we start also focusing on Royal AM, and that's going to be a very difficult match. We saw when we went there to play them in the cup how difficult it was for us to get a result. So we have to focus all our attention on that. This week we have to train like a team that's lost 3-0, you know, and train very, very hard and knuckle down and try to prepare ourselves for what's going to be a very difficult 2 games to go before the season ends.
What do you make of the crowd and how they just kept on singing and stayed behind without bickering and binging basically?
So I think today was a day of the unfamiliar. Unfamiliar in the sense that we don't defend like that, we don't concede goals like that, we don't concede 3 goals anyway. I think the result also goes to stamp what I said in the presser, to say what we've done this season has been incredible. Today it shows that to win games in the Premier League and to be consistent is not as easy as people think, and we've done that. But unfamiliar also because, you know, our supporters generally are supporters that don't sing after we concede 1 or 2, but today they were magnificent. Magnificent in galvanizing us and pushing us, and maybe that is why, even with the temptation of not running more and not trying even harder, we were shooting 89th, 90th minute, 91 minute, we were in the box and trying and still trying, and that was because of the supporters. So this is the mentality we need, and it's a pity we didn't get this against Petro at FNB, because I think that was probably one of the missing links, but they were fantastic today and we really appreciated their efforts.
Coach, for me, what was the most disappointing from this match?
Disappointing because we normally play against teams that give us these conditions a lot better. Teams that build from the back, teams that give possibilities for overloads on the sides. Normally we do better. So not to score today was a big disappointment. And particularly also because we created so many chances. And the play, you cannot falter. The efforts of the players, you cannot falter. They gave their best. And 9 times out of 10, when a team loses a game 3-0, the first thing we look at is they didn't run enough, they didn't try enough, but not with this group. This group tried and they ran and they gave their all, but it wasn't to be. So yeah, we take it and we don't make excuses. We lose as a team, we win as a team, and we will bounce back as a team.